In the quiet moments of reflection, amidst the hustle of daily life, a universal longing often surfaces within us. This is a longing for something more, a yearning for genuine happiness, inner peace, and a life filled with purpose and meaning. It beckons us to shed the weight of unconscious living and step into the fullness of who we are meant to be. This journey begins with a single, courageous step, a decision to awaken to the present moment and consciously create a life that reflects our authentic selves. It is about aligning our actions with our values, our thoughts with our goals, and our daily lives with our heart's truest desires. Intentional living is about awakening to the present moment and making conscious choices that align with our values. It is a proactive approach to life, shaping our experiences rather than reacting to them. This journey begins with cultivating self-awareness and understanding our values and beliefs. Intentional living extends beyond ourselves, encompassing our interactions and impact on the world. It is about living with purpose, embracing our passions, and finding joy in everyday moments. The transformative power of intentional living lies in its ability to empower us to create a life aligned with our authentic selves. It leads to greater happiness, fulfillment, and inner peace. Living intentionally means recognizing we shape our reality. Through self-reflection and mindfulness, we understand ourselves better. We challenge limiting beliefs and embrace a positive mindset. Intentional living is about awareness, resilience, and grace. It's about learning from mistakes and cultivating a growth mindset. We appreciate the present moment and prioritize well-being. We build meaningful relationships and a sense of community. Intentional living unlocks our potential for growth and joy. It's an invitation to create a life reflecting our deepest values, a journey toward peace, purpose, and lasting fulfillment. Our journey into intentional living begins with self-awareness, a fundamental pillar upon which we build a life of purpose and fulfillment. Imagine self-awareness as a brightly lit room within ourselves, a space where we can observe our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors without judgment. This inner sanctuary allows us to understand the intricate workings of our minds and recognize the patterns that shape our experiences. Self-awareness is not about fixating on our flaws or engaging in harsh self-criticism. Instead, it's about approaching ourselves with curiosity and compassion, acknowledging both our strengths and areas for growth. It's about recognizing our values, the guiding principles that shape our decisions, and understanding how they influence our actions. Cultivating self-awareness requires us to create space for introspection, moments of quiet reflection where we can turn our attention inward. This could involve journaling, meditation, or simply spending time in nature, observing our thoughts and feelings without judgment. As we become more attuned to our inner landscape, we develop a clearer understanding of who we are and what truly matters to us. This process of self-discovery is not always easy. We may uncover deeply held beliefs or patterns of behavior that no longer serve us. We may confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves or realize that we've been living out of alignment with our values. However, this willingness to face ourselves with honesty and courage is essential for growth and transformation. As we delve deeper into self-awareness, we begin to recognize the power of our thoughts. Every action, every decision, every experience we have is filtered through the lens of our thoughts. Our thoughts have the power to shape our reality, influencing our emotions, behaviors, and ultimately, our life outcomes. Think of your mind as a garden. The thoughts you plant and nurture will determine the quality of your harvest. If you plant seeds of self-doubt, fear, and negativity, your garden will be filled with weeds that choke out the potential for growth and joy. However, if you cultivate thoughts of self-compassion, optimism, and gratitude, your garden will flourish with vibrant blooms of happiness and fulfillment. Becoming aware of our thought patterns is like becoming a gardener of our own minds. We begin to notice the recurring themes, the habitual patterns of thinking that may be holding us back. We may observe negative self-talk, limiting beliefs, or a tendency to focus on the negative aspects of a situation. This process of observation is not about judging ourselves for our thoughts. It's about approaching our thought patterns with curiosity and a willingness to understand how they are impacting our lives. It's about recognizing that we have the power to choose our thoughts and cultivate a more positive and empowering inner dialogue. Cognitive reframing is a powerful tool that allows us to shift our perspective and challenge negative or unhelpful thought patterns. It's about recognizing that our thoughts are not facts, but rather interpretations of our experiences. And just like any interpretation, our thoughts can be flawed, biased, or simply inaccurate. Imagine you're looking through a window with smudges and streaks of dirt. Your view of the world outside is distorted, limited by the grime obscuring your vision. Cognitive reframing is like taking a cleaning cloth to that window, wiping away the dirt to reveal a clearer, brighter perspective. When we engage in cognitive reframing, we're not trying to deny or suppress negative thoughts. Instead, we're choosing to challenge them, to look at them from a different angle, and explore alternative interpretations. We ask ourselves questions like, is this thought really true? What evidence do I have to support this thought? Is there another way to look at this situation? What would I tell a friend who was having this thought? By questioning our thoughts and exploring alternative perspectives, we can begin to reframe negative thinking patterns and create a more positive and empowering inner dialogue. This shift in perspective can have a profound impact on our emotions, behaviors, and overall well-being. We've explored the depths of self-awareness and the transformative power of cognitive reframing. Now we stand at the edge of a crucial juncture in our journey of intentional living, the bridge between thought and action. It's one thing to cultivate self-awareness and challenge negative thought patterns, but it's quite another to translate those insights into meaningful action. This is where deliberate decision-making comes into play, serving as the bridge that connects our internal world of thoughts and feelings to the external world of behaviors and experiences. Imagine you've identified a limiting belief that's been holding you back. Perhaps a fear of failure that's kept you from pursuing your dreams. You've challenged this belief, reframed it, and begun to cultivate a more empowering mindset. But the real transformation occurs when you start making decisions that align with this new belief system. This is the essence of deliberate decision-making, aligning our choices with our values, our goals, and our desired outcomes. It's about recognizing that every decision we make, no matter how small, has the power to shape our reality. It's about moving beyond unconscious reactions and stepping into a space of conscious choice. This process requires us to slow down, to pause before reacting, and to ask ourselves, what choice will move me closer to the life I want to create? What action aligns with my values and supports my growth? In the tapestry of life, we're constantly faced with choices, both big and small. Each decision, like a single thread, contributes to the intricate pattern of our lives. Making conscious choices empowers us to weave a design that reflects our authentic selves and leads us toward our desired destination. This process begins with awareness, tuning into our inner compass and recognizing the values that guide us. What truly matters to us? What principles do we want to embody in our lives? When we're clear about our values, we can start making decisions that align with them, creating a life that feels congruent and authentic. It's also essential to connect with our aspirations, those heartfelt desires that ignite our passions and give us a sense of purpose. What do we want to experience in our lives? What impact do we want to make on the world? By aligning our choices with our aspirations, we infuse our lives with meaning and direction. Of course, making conscious choices doesn't mean we'll always have all the answers, or make the perfect decision. It's about recognizing that we have agency, that we have the power to choose our response to any given situation. It's about approaching our choices with intention, considering the potential consequences, and trusting our intuition to guide us. Our behaviors are often deeply ingrained habits, automatic responses to familiar triggers. We might find ourselves engaging in patterns of procrastination, self-sabotage, or people-pleasing without even realizing it. Behavioral reframing invites us to become curious observers of our actions, to identify these unconscious patterns, and to consciously choose new, more empowering ways of behaving. Think of behavioral reframing as a process of rewriting an old script. We start by identifying the triggers that set off the unwanted behavior. What situations, thoughts, or emotions tend to precede this behavior? Once we've identified the triggers, we can begin to explore alternative responses. Let's say you're trying to break the habit of negative self-talk. You notice that whenever you make a mistake, a chorus of self-criticism erupts in your mind. Behavioral reframing encourages you to create a new script for those moments. Instead of berating yourself, you might choose to practice self-compassion, acknowledging that everyone makes mistakes, and offering yourself words of encouragement. This process takes time and effort. It's about consciously choosing a new behavior, even when it feels awkward or unfamiliar. It's about repeatedly practicing this new behavior until it becomes the new default, replacing the old, unhelpful pattern. Life is a journey of twists and turns, unexpected detours, and unforeseen obstacles. Sometimes, despite our best intentions and deliberate efforts, we find ourselves off course, our plans disrupted, our goals seemingly out of reach. It's in these moments that the art of pivoting with purpose becomes essential. Pivoting doesn't mean giving up on our dreams or abandoning our goals altogether. It's about recognizing when a particular path is no longer serving us, and having the courage to adjust our course. It's about approaching change with flexibility, resilience, and a willingness to learn and adapt along the way. Pivoting with purpose requires us to stay connected to our values and aspirations, even in the face of setbacks or disappointments. It's about asking ourselves, what's most important to me right now? How can I align my actions with my values even in this new reality? This might involve reframing our definition of success, exploring alternative paths to our goals, or simply allowing ourselves the time and space to grieve a loss before forging ahead. It's about trusting that even in the midst of uncertainty, we have the inner strength and resilience to navigate challenges and create a fulfilling life. We've explored self-awareness, cognitive reframing, and deliberate decision-making, essential tools for crafting a life of intention. Now we delve into the heart of transformation, the power of consistency. Imagine planting a tiny seed in the fertile ground of your aspirations. Consistency is the lifeblood of intentional living, the steady rhythm that propels us toward our goals, even when progress seems imperceptible. It's about showing up consistently, even when motivation wanes, and trusting that small, consistent efforts over time yield extraordinary results. In the pursuit of intentional living, we often set ambitious goals, envisioning grand transformations. This is where the Japanese philosophy of Kaizen offers a powerful perspective. Kaizen, meaning continuous improvement, emphasizes the power of small, incremental changes made consistently over time. It's about breaking down seemingly insurmountable goals into manageable steps, focusing on making small improvements each day. The path of intentional living is rarely a straight line. We encounter setbacks, experience disappointments, and face challenges that test our resolve. Resilience isn't about avoiding challenges or pretending they don't exist. It's about acknowledging the difficulty, embracing the discomfort, and finding the strength to keep moving forward. Every time we face a setback, pick ourselves up, and continue on our journey, we build our capacity for resilience. Section 4. Grit, the courage to persevere. As we navigate the inevitable challenges of intentional living, we encounter a powerful ally, grit. Grit is the unwavering determination, the tenacious spirit that fuels our perseverance, even when faced with doubt, discouragement, or the temptation to give up. It's about connecting with our why, the underlying reason that drives our actions and inspires us to keep going, even when faced with adversity. Cultivating grit involves setting clear intentions, breaking down large goals into smaller, more manageable steps, and celebrating our progress along the way. Section 1. The human need for connection. As we journey deeper into the heart of intentional living, we encounter a fundamental human need, the need for connection. We are social creatures wired for relationships, belonging, and a sense of shared experience. This understanding is crucial to intentional living because our relationships have a profound impact on our well-being. Section 2. Cultivating compassionate recognition. In our quest for connection, we often encounter individuals who challenge our assumptions, hold different beliefs, or have lived experiences vastly different from our own. Compassionate recognition begins with the willingness to set aside judgment and approach others with curiosity and an open heart. It's about recognizing that everyone has a story, a unique set of experiences that has shaped who they are. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. It's about stepping into their shoes, seeing the world through their eyes, and feeling what it's like to walk in their skin. When we cultivate empathy, we build bridges of understanding and connection. Developing empathy requires us to cultivate our capacity for listening, truly hearing and understanding what others are saying, both verbally and non-verbally. As we cultivate compassionate recognition and empathy, we begin to experience a profound shift in our awareness. We move beyond the illusion of separation and recognize our interconnectedness, the understanding that we are all part of a vast web of life, interconnected in ways we may never fully comprehend. When we live with this awareness, we naturally become more compassionate, kind, and generous in our interactions with others. Building bridges of interconnectedness involves reaching out to others, building meaningful relationships, and engaging in acts of kindness and service. We've explored the power of connection, empathy, and the realization of our interconnectedness. Now we turn our attention inward to cultivate a quality that lies at the heart of intentional living: gratitude. Gratitude invites us to shift our focus from what we lack to what we have, to appreciate the simple joys and blessings that grace our lives each day. Each time we choose to focus on what we're grateful for, a warm cup of tea on a chilly morning, a heartfelt conversation with a loved one, the gentle breeze rustling through the leaves, we nourish our spirits and cultivate a deep sense of contentment. The transformative power of gratitude extends far beyond a fleeting feeling of happiness. When we cultivate a consistent practice of gratitude, we begin to experience profound shifts in our perspective and well-being. Gratitude has been shown to reduce stress and anxiety, improve sleep quality, and boost our immune system. It can be as simple as taking a few moments each day to reflect on what we're grateful for, expressing our appreciation to others, or simply pausing to savor the beauty of the present moment. Section 3. Discovering your ikigai, unveiling your reason for being. As we cultivate gratitude and deepen our connection to ourselves and the world around us, we're naturally drawn to explore a profound question: what is my purpose? Why am I here? In Japanese culture, this concept is beautifully captured by the word ikigai, which roughly translates to a reason for being. Discovering your ikigai is not about finding the perfect answer or a preordained path. It's an ongoing journey of self-discovery, a process of exploring your passions, values, skills, and interests. Section 4. Embracing your ikigai, living a life of purpose and fulfillment. Embracing your ikigai is not about achieving some grand destination or external measure of success. It's about aligning your daily life with your values, passions, and purpose. When you live in alignment with your ikigai, work doesn't feel like a chore. It becomes an expression of your passions and a way to contribute to something larger than yourself. Section 1. Integrating intentional living. As we conclude our exploration of thriving growth through intentional living, let's reflect on how to weave these practices into the fabric of our daily lives. Start by choosing one or two practices that resonate deeply with you. Remember, consistency is key. Embrace the journey with a spirit of curiosity and self-compassion, adjusting your practices as needed to fit your unique needs and circumstances. Section 2. Embracing the journey. The journey of intentional living is an ongoing process, a lifelong adventure of self-discovery, growth, and transformation. It's not about achieving some distant destination or reaching a state of perfect happiness. It's about savoring each step along the way, embracing the ups and downs, and continuously striving to live in alignment with our values, passions, and purpose. Embrace the journey, for it is in the journey itself that we discover the true meaning of life.